the idea behind Art for Keep is really like the convenience of it. Rather than you having to do it yourself, somebody else is going to take it away. Because there are certain fonts that ADHD kids can read better, dyslexic kids can read better.
Before Art for Keeps happened, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure you must not have preserved every art of your children. Have you secretly done away with some, and did they ever find out about any of it?
Yes, of course, I threw tons away. I threw like a lot of little scraps away, and like I did throw stuff away, but like I was saying earlier, I was like, luckily my kids did not remember those.
None of them?
No.
Oh wow.
No. At the one time, there is one time that my daughter had this painting that she made with her art teacher, and it was her favorite because she made it like it was for the Valley, and it was like really, it was actually quite pretty. And I had given it to somebody to borrow, and she was like, "Where is that?" And it hadn't been returned for a long time, and actually I couldn't find it, and I forgot what friend I lent it to. And so she kept bothering me and bothering me. She's like, "Where is that? Did you put it in a book?" And I was like, "I don't know where it is actually." And she's like, "Did you give it to somebody?" And I was like, "I gave it to somebody, but I can't remember who." And she went on and on and on and on and on about it. And like luckily, like then I like remembered. I was like, "Oh no, it's with this friend." I was like, "Okay, I'll get it back for you. I remember now who I lent it to." And then I got it back, and then she was so happy. But she was really, really upset with me. Almost every week she would bring it up. But the rest of it, I have thrown away stuff, and I do feel guilty now that I wish I had kept it, because some of it was writing pieces, and I would have loved to see like their writing progression, and like even some of their like just basic drawing, like how they started out drawing like a rainbow versus to now how a rainbow looks. I would have loved to see that, you know, progression of theirs.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was reading something about you, and it was in your words that you like to meet different people and you like the connection that you establish, and it just kind of, you know, resonated very well with me, because I keep saying that every time I meet somebody, I mean, whatever conversation I have or whatever it is, it just, there's some part of it that stays with me. You know, I always pick something, and it just, there's a lot of story that's coming my way. So during this entire process of yours of Art for Keeps, when you do so many arts and, you know, you meet or interact with parents or children in general, is there any story that came towards you that's kind of stayed with you?
I mean, I think that I think it's hard to say that there's one particular one. Yeah. Because like I said, I think there's so many along the way, like, and I think the biggest thing that I learned from talking to people was that everyone has a struggle. You know, like I think one of my clients, she was telling me that her daughter, I was like, "Oh, you're so great, you saved everything." And she's like, "Oh, you know, she was like my IVF baby." And so it was like, it was lovely to like have that, somebody just bring that up, because like, you know, so many women go through struggles of having babies, and like I remember her because I remember that, you know, this child of hers is like an IVF baby, was born through so much love and struggle and hardship, and then, you know, like how she takes such good care of all her kids' stuff, you know, because it's so precious to her. So that's one. And I think like this other family that I did her daughter's stuff, it was like I didn't actually know her daughter had all these learning difficulties, but I know her personally, and I was like, it was nice to actually chat with her on a different level regarding her child. Yeah. So I feel like there's like a connection with the art and like the conversation that you have with the parents, you know?
It's amazing actually how one thing can kind of lead you to so many conversations and establish so many connections.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I think art in any form, or creativity in any form, kind of helps you establish very deep connections.
Yeah. definitely.
So, art for keeps is obviously, it kind of reflects that you're very good at preserving things. What is the oldest thing that you have preserved of your own childhood?
Actually, I have like these handprints. I mean, like obviously my mom was very much like this, right?
Oh.
So she has our first hair that was cut, our first tooth. I have handprints.
And how old were you then?
The handprints. So the handprints are, I think, 3 years old. I was 3 years old. I still have that in Singapore.
Have you preserved everything of your kids as well? Similar things?
No. But I have saved all their teeth, like from the tooth fairy. I've saved all of them. I have like this lovely box and like each tooth, and like it's like all labeled, and I do save some things that are very important. Like I saved their outfits when they came home from the hospital, their first outfits. And then in that I also put their favorite things. Like one daughter used to suck a pacifier.
Okay,
Like,
so you have that.
so I have one pacifier in a box frame with her outfit, her pacifier, and like all her birth when she was born.
I mean, I'm just curious.
So those I have in a box frame.
Okay.
So I actually framed the outfit with a pacifier in there, and then behind there is all their like birth records.
Okay.
And then my older daughter, she had this one stuffed animal that she has now let go of, but I put that in her frame.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, that's amazing. I'm going to do some quick questions.
Okay.
You know, I'll just say words, and whatever comes to your mind first, you can just go ahead and say it. Your superpower?
The ability to communicate with anybody.
Okay, that's wonderful. Singapore?
Home.
India?
Vibrant.
Your advice to your younger self?
Oh gosh, there's a lot of advice to my younger self. No, but I think the biggest thing I would tell my younger self is that you don't have to fit any mold, you know, that people expect you to be part of. Like, you can be your own person, and you can have your own thoughts, and you can, you know, yeah, just be yourself. Like, there is absolutely no need for you to conform to any societal pressures or societal norms, or
Yeah.
and to have like belief and confidence in yourself.